recently diagnosed with high functioning autism and ADHD. Should I start carnivore without ADHD meds, or should I without ADHD, or should I start without? How can I, or with or without ADHD meds? How can carnivore help? And I think this is the continuation. Yeah. How will carnivore help manage ADHD and autism along with Vyvanse? Or should I consider no Vyvanse and only carnivore? Yeah, so it's the same thing with autism as with ADHD. It seems to be majorly influenced by the mitochondria in the brain. And we see this in studies out of Texas A&M that they showed that kids that don't make carnitine properly, because carnitine is required for neuronal development, but also mitochondrial function, that if they don't make enough carnitine, their brain won't develop properly, the mitochondria won't develop properly, and won't be able to function properly. And so they will develop this form of autism. There are other causes of autism and other types of autism, but this seems to be one of them that Texas A&M found was a carnitine deficiency. Now, people will argue, well, that shouldn't happen because we make carnitine. Well, no, actually, only 70% of people make enough carnitine. Fully 30% of humanity, 1/3 of the globe, doesn't make enough carnitine. They need it from their food, right? And it only comes from meat, right? Carnitine, carnivore, Latin for flesh. It comes from flesh. And so if you're not making enough, or you're not making any at all, then you have to get it from your food. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, you don't get that. And that's what Texas A&M found, that vegans and vegetarians were having much higher rates of kids with autism because of that carnitine deficiency. And there's going to be other things as well. I mean, I see people with autism, or people that have children with autism, when they eat carbohydrates, they really severely slow down their cognition and functionality, and sometimes even become nonverbal when eating carbohydrates, and can take 3-4 days to get back in a deep ketosis, or the brain's running heavily on ketones, for them to start waking up again, as it were, and start becoming more verbal and interactive. So same idea as the ADHD. You want to give your body a chance to recover. So if you're on certain medications like the Vyvanse and that's helping you, I would stay on those medications, at least for now. Give your body a chance. Give it a good 2-3 months to get your mitochondria really healthy and roaring. Make sure that you can actually sustain and maintain the diet as well, and make sure it's ketogenic. Cut out all sugar, all carbs, even from fruit, and all sweeteners, period. So stevia, erythritol, monk fruit sugar, everything. No diet, anything. Just no sweeteners at all. Just eat meat, eggs, water. That's it. So milk, even, don't have that. That has carbs that can kick you out of ketosis. So I would just avoid sort of dairy a bit in general, just because the casein molecules can be a bit pro-inflammatory. You don't want anything gumming up the works. Just very clean meat, eggs, and water, and avoid everything else. High fat, really high fat. Your brain's made out of fat. You need the fat for your mitochondria and for the structures of your brain. You need ketones for your brain as well. Brain runs optimally and primarily on ketones. How do we know this? Because everyone says, oh, you need glucose. You don't need glucose. But if you did, you make the glucose. So even when you're in ketosis, even though don't eat for a month, your glucose is going to be right here. It's going to be rock solid the whole time, and you're also going to have ketones. So you have ketones, you have glucose, but your brain is only running on the ketones. So is your heart, so are your intestines, so are your muscles, and most tissues in your body, because ketones are the primary fuel source. Now, what happens if you're eating a whole bunch of carbs and your blood sugar is up? That raises your insulin, that suppresses ketones. So it can't run on the ketones. So it's only when your ketone levels go down that your body switches over to using glucose. There are some cell lines that still use glucose. The vast majority prefer ketones, because even in that high carb state, of not making any ketones, if you take exogenous ketones, you drink those down, bam, your body's going to run on those ketones until they run out, and then go back to the glucose. That's a clear sign that your body prefers ketones over glucose. So that's what I would do. I would say ketogenic carnivore for 2-3 months. Make sure you're able to do it. Make sure it's easy for you. Make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you're eating fatty meat until it stops tasting good. Do that as many times a day as you feel is right for your body. Exercise. that helps your mitochondria as well. Get proper sleep, prioritize sleep. When the sun goes down, try to get rid of all these unnatural lights, because that is good for your mitochondria as well, to get rid of these lights after the sun goes down. Get proper sleep, really prioritize sleep, put on a sleep mask, make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, wake up without an alarm clock every day if you can. These are all things that can help your mitochondria, can help your brain, and can help you improve your life, improve everybody's life, whether you have autism or not. But it can especially help people with autism because of the specific needs that you require. Your brain just runs better on ketones as it appears, and there could be a damaged mitochondrial issue. And that when you start improving this, you improve your whole life in general. Hey guys, just want to take a second to thank our sponsor at Carnivore Bar. I don't promote many products because honestly, all you need to be healthy is to just eat meat. For those times that you're out hiking, road tripping, or stuck at work and you want a nutritious snack that is just meat, fat, and salt if you want it, the Carnivore Bar is a great option. So I like this product not because it's just pure meat, but also because I want the carnivore market to thrive as well. And the more we support meat-only products, the more meat-only products there will be available in the mainstream. So if this sounds like something you'd like to get behind, check it out using my discount code Anthony to get 10% off, which also applies to subscriptions, giving you 25% off total. All right, thanks guys. So those are all things that can help. High intensity exercise, lifting weights, sprinting. If you're a young guy, you should be out there, every week, 3 days a week sprinting at the track or at a park or something like that. And then lifting weights 3-4 days a week. And do this safely. If you don't have a lot of experience doing this, make sure you get a trainer or someone who knows what they're doing to work with you and show you the ropes. But that can really help the mitochondria as well. That can really help your overall health as well, and your metabolic health, and can improve all of these issues. So so that's what I would do. Then in a couple months, see if you're able to maintain this and you're feeling great. That's when you work with your doctor and start weaning this stuff off to see if that's appropriate for you. And if you sort of wean down, but you're like, no, I can't do that, fine, go back up to the dose that you just came back from. Sometimes it needs a slower wean. Sometimes your body does better with a bit of this stuff. But make sure it's something that's actually helping you in your functionality, as opposed to, well, it's just sort of like a morning coffee. It helps wake me up. That's not the right way to use these medications. If it is helping you in your functionality, great. If it's just sort of a pick me up and just wakes you up, but you don't need it for anything else, best to come off these sorts of things as well. It's always better to be on less medications than more, or no medications if you can. So so good luck with that. I really hope that that you're able to stick with it, and I'm sure it will help you in many, many ways. And hopefully enough that you can come off the Vyvanse and other meds get worse. But definitely pasture raised is what you want to do, because they're not going to be fed as much of this garbage. They're at least out on grass where they have